All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to night number 2 of week 10. On track now are your Midgets for the first half of the night's doubleheaders. It looks like we currently have 5 drivers signed in for racing action. Maybe we'll get a few more as practice rolls on here. At this time, without any further ado, I would ask that you please rise and remove your hats for playing of tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back. This is the 10th out of 12 weeks for Season 3A. And we are watching the Midgets on track right now. Like I said earlier, we got 5 of them signed in for competition at this time. And on top of the practice leaderboard, to nobody's surprise, is the 20 of Austin Medea. What may come as a surprise in these Midgets, everybody, other than the 5th place driver of Falcon Smith, is in 1/10, within 1/10 of a second of your leader as far as practice times go. So if there is a night that 20 could be dethroned, tonight may be the night. You'll have to stay tuned in to see. Or will that 20 of Austin Medea remain undefeated in the Midgets this season? We got about 20 seconds left to go in practice. Second on the time charts is Mark Spittlemeister. Third, Corey Kerstetter. Fourth, Brian Gunderson. Rounding out the field is the 34 of Falcon Smith, as we will go ahead and conclude practice now. Get ready to go qualifying. As drivers start making their way onto the track, the 80 and the 051 of Spittlemeister both out on track right now. This is the 80 of Brian Gunderson coming to get the green flag. We'll follow him for a lap. As here comes Gunderson. Looking nice on lap number 1. Gonna go a 15.565 for him. Now we go to the 051 of Mark Spittlemeister. He's sitting second right now with a 15.791. Watching through on lap number 2. And he goes quick time with a 15.367. Corey Kerstetter got his first lap in. Well, we won't quite catch him finish lap number 2. He is a 15.404 for his quick time. Lap number 2, 15.430. As Falcon Smith now comes out on track. See Falcon working way up high. Trying to grab some gravity, shoot down the front straightaway. Now he works through 1 and 2 on the and down the back straightaway. And to turn 3 and 4, keeping it low that time by. Let's drift up the wall. Lap number 1. Third quick right now, a 15.457, 15457, and Austin Medea goes quick time with a 15.308, 15308 for lap number 1 for Medea. Falcon Smith goes slower to lap number 2. As we catch Medea just as he crosses the line, he goes slower on lap number 2 as well. That is all 5 drivers putting their times down in the books. Your heat starting lineup will be the 20 of Austin Medea, the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister, the 019 of Corey Kerstetter, the 34 of Falcon Smith, and the 80 of Brian Gunderson. We are going to go ahead and let this 2 minutes wind down just in case we end up getting a driver jump in last minute. Try to give every driver as much time as possible to let them get out there and run. Those of you that are watching, doesn't show me who you guys are. Go ahead, if you have not already done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and especially when we got downtime like this, go ahead, feel free to fire up the comment section. I'm more than willing to have a conversation with you. Those of you that have not been to Lucas Oil Speedway, I promise you this is a track that as a spectator you have all the creature comforts in the world at a dirt track. Never been to a place like it in my life, and I've been around the country, been to quite a few dirt tracks. By no means do I claim to have been to all the big ones, but this one is the best one that I have been to. With that being said, I have not been to Knoxville, I have not been to Eldora, I haven't been to many of the big ones, but I have been here to Lucas Oil Speedway, and it is a treat. I promise you that. There's something for kids of all ages, whether it be a 5-star bar or the go-kart track. They do drag poles, drag boat, tractor pulls, drag boats. They got it all here at Lucas Oil Speedway, the real life one. Of course, we're at the virtual one tonight as we go ahead and end qualifying. And once again, your starting lineup for heat, your first and only heat, starting on the inside of the front row. That is the 20 of Austin Medea. To his outside is the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister. Inside row number 2, driving that 25 Buzzballs car is actually the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. To his outside, it'll be the 34 of Falcon Smith. And rounding out the field will be the 80 of Brian Gunderson. 8 laps the distance. This heat will determine the starting lineup for your A feature. come down to the start-finish line. Pace truck will get the signal to get off the track and let these boys have at it. As there goes the pace truck, diving off of turn number 2. And in the field over to the 20 of Austin Medea. The 051 of Spittelmeister to his outside. They work into turn number 4. And Medea says it's hammer time. Off to a good jump. The 051 of Mark Spittelmeister trying not to let him go. The 019 of Corey Kerstetter has a little bit of company. But Falcon Smith with a little bit of slipper grip lets the 80 of Gunderson get by. Now here comes Kerstetter trying to work the inside of Spittelmeister as they work through turns 1 and 2. Spittelmeister up high. Kerstetter running about the big groove. He gets a decent run off of the turn. They go side by side through 3 and 4. 2 laps down, side by side. Give it to Spittelmeister that time at the line. They stay side by side through 1 and 2. Drag race down the back straightaway again. This time Mark Spittelmeister has the advantage getting into 3. Kerstetter decides to tuck up behind just for a split second. He peeks his nose to the inside, coming down through turns 1 and 2. Spittelmeister with a bit of a slider line. Kerstetter keeps it pinned to the low side. Tried to get a run off that way. Now, Kerstetter trying to grab some gravity off 4, see if he can make up some time. He cannot. Spittelmeister starting to pull away a little bit. And here comes Gunderson running nice and smooth, trying to track down these 2 in front of him, but not able to get away from the 34 of Falcon Smith. We go back up front for a full field rundown with just 3 laps to go. Your leader, he's led from the start, is the 20 of Austin Medea. Running second is the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister. Third is the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. Fourth is the 80 of Brian Gunderson, but pressuring him hard is your 5th and final place runner, the 34 of Falcon Smith. Falcon Smith trying to grab some gravity, try to get a good run on that 8, not quite able to do it this time by. As we go back up front, white flag is out for your leader. He's coming to the checkers. Your winner will be the 20 of Austin Medea. Second will go to Mark Spittelmeister. And third will go to Corey Kerstetter. As we get ready to let them do their 3 wide thunder thank you. All right, see a couple of the drivers coming out on track here. Looks like the 20 of Austin Medea is going to be the first one to start forming up for the 3 wide thunder thank you. Getting them lined up quick tonight. These drivers want to get this track burnt in and get it a little bit racier, so maybe somebody has a shot at that 20 car. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come out of turn number 4. They're 3 wide to tell each and every one of you thank you for the support and views. It's the 3 wide thunder thank you. All right. And with that, I will let you enjoy the sights and sounds of the cars as I take a bit of a breather, get some water. Enjoy. All right, just a few seconds to go. To nobody's surprise, Austin Medea up front in the warm-ups as well. 3 as we go ahead and finish the warm-ups. It is Austin Medea, Falcon Smith, and Corey Kerstetter, your top 3. 5 cars, 20 laps the distance. All we got left for this portion of the night is the A feature. As we get ready to line them up. Starting on the inside, front row. Out of Pennsylvania, that is the number 20 of Austin Medea. To his outside, the Wisconsin driver in the 051, that is Mark Spittelmeister. Starting third in the 019, also out of Pennsylvania. Driving the 25 Buzzballs car, that is Corey Kerstetter. To his outside, another Wisconsin driver in the number 80, that is Brian Gunderson. And then out of the Carolinas, it is the 34 of Falcon Smith. That is 5 cars, 20 laps your distance. As we get ready to take them green flag racing, they get the 1 to go this time by at the flag stand. Pace car will dive off in turn number 2. There it goes. As Corey Kerstetter leads them in at turn number 3. They hit turn 4. Kerstetter says it's hammer time. Once again with a decent jump on the field. The battle right now is for second, third, and fourth. As here's the 80 of Brian Gunderson working the outside of Kerstetter. Right now, Gunderson right up on that cushion. Looks like he may have it. As give the position that time by to Kerstetter. The 80 of Gunderson, though, not giving up. Takes it down the back straightaway. Working that cushion. Jumps the cushion a little bit. Kerstetter still working the bottom. This time, give that spot to the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Gunderson looking to make it 3 wide for second spot. As they still battle side by side for second. Now it's gonna, or for third. Now it's a battle for third, fourth, and fifth. Call it fourth and fifth. Now is Gunderson able to get a decent run. But here comes Kerstetter to the inside of Gunderson. Loses a little bit of momentum trying to run that slider line. Has to tuck back up to that high side. Looks like the track has migrated to the top. And Gunderson has found the speed up there. Kerstetter trying to track him down. Smith trying to look to the inside of Kerstetter. Not quite able to get there yet. Gunderson working that cushion almost perfectly. Holding off the 25 and the 34. As up front, it is the 20 of Austin Medea. About a second behind him is the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister. Then we go back to the 80 of Brian Gunderson. And the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. And the 34 of Falcon Smith. That's 3, 4, and 5 right there, all under a blanket. This position is definitely up for grabs. Who is going to get that third and final podium spot? As we watch the 80 of Gunderson lead Kerstetter through 3 and 4 one more time. This time Kerstetter stays tucked up right in the tire tracks. Gets a good run into the corner. Looks like Gunderson a little better coming off. Now this time Kerstetter goes higher than Gunderson. Still same story. Different verse. As Gunderson just quicker coming off the turns. Looks like he might be able to keep that car just a little bit straighter than Kerstetter, which is giving him a better run off the turn. As we reach the halfway point for your leader, the 20 of Austin Medea. Just over halfway, 9 laps to go now. As the 051 of Spittlemeister, still trying to track him down. This is still the battle on the track. It is for that third and final podium spot between the 80 of Gunderson and the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. With the 34 of Falcon Smith waiting to prance if they get into each other. As we watch Gunderson starting to gap the 019 now. I think he's running just a little bit smoother with 7 laps to go. We go back up front as the racing is pretty well calmed down. Everybody going single file for the moment. We will watch your leader work through 1 and 2. He's really working that low side, coming to get the handful this time. 4 fingers and a thumb as he crosses the line. 5 laps to go for your leader, Austin Medea. Second, still the 051 of Mark Spittlemeister. Third, the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Fourth, the 25 of Corey Kerstetter. And then rounding out the field is the 34 of Falcon Smith. As it looks like that 20 of Medea just taking it nice and slow, minding his time, making sure he doesn't make a mistake. At this point, it is his race to lose. As everybody's still single file, decently spaced out, popsicle sticks in the air for your leader. We will follow him these last 2 laps. Working down the back straightaway into turns 1 and 2, or into 3 and 4. Coming to get the Dodgers jacket this time by. Just 1 more to go for the 20 of Austin Medea. Watching those times, making sure nothing drastic happens as far as times change. It will be the 20 of Austin Medea. Second will be the 051. Third, the 80 of Brian Gunderson, able to hold on to it. Fourth will be the 19K of Corey Kerstetter, and then rounding out the field will be the 34 of Falcon Smith. We get your top 3 up to the victory lane. All right, and there they are. There's your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Austin Medea, Corey Kerstetter, and Brian Gunderson. As we wait for them to jump into the waiting room. And here is your winner, the 20, Austin Medea. Got a copy, Austin?
Yeah, I got you, Jay.
All right, another dominating performance in these midgets. Practice was looking like they might have given you a bit more of a challenge than they did, but nothing really came out of it. Walk us through your night, and it looked like once you got a gap, you started just kind of playing it safe.
Yeah, the guys are definitely close, and then you're able to run like kind of like a diamond line with it being so tacky. And I think like with the I was the most comfortable, especially with some of these guys that don't normally run it, because you can kind of hold it wide open and just feather the gas. You don't really have to get onto the brake, and can kind of keep the wheel straight and just, like I said, run that diamond line. But then once it kind of started getting slick, especially in the feature, it was kind of tough to figure out where to run. And I know Corey was saying that he couldn't really figure out where to run because he just didn't feel like he was really gaining on anybody. So it was definitely tricky. I was trying to find different stuff, but then, like you said, just kind of trying to keep it safe and not hit the wall coming out of the corners on the straightaways.
All right. Well, congratulations on another dominating performance in the midgets. I'm guessing next time we're going to see you is going to be Sunday night again?
Yeah.
All right. So, how do you feel getting ready to go to Weedsport?
That's another track that I don't really have a big notebook on, so I'll just kind of have to figure it out as we go, and we'll see.
All right. Well, not the most confident, but I've noticed with you, these interviews, you never really seem that confident and come out and dominate anyway. So I'm sure we'll be talking to you again next week. Sponsors, shout outs, anybody you want to thank for getting you here tonight?
Thank the guys at Black Bullet Racing, Derek GLC, Giddings Mobile Repair, Du Bois Welding, W Energy, Nukes Performance, CTFX Design, EJ for throwing on the broadcast, and for the guys in race control helping out.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations, and we will talk to you next week.
Yep, hopefully, Jay. See ya.
All right. That is your winner, the 20 of Austin Medea. Now we'll go ahead and bring up the second place finisher, the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister. Got a copy, Mark?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Walk us through your night, and is there anything you could have done to catch Medea?
I thought it was there for a little bit towards the last half of that race, but I'm not really comfortable in these cars quite yet. I was just doing everything I can to keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, these cars definitely a trick to drive, but they're fun. I've always had a blast every time I've climbed into a midget. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of midget racing out there, but let's see here. You're kind of always up in the air on when you're running or not. Are you going to be in the limited late models tonight?
Oh yeah, I've got to run. I'm battling Brian for fourth and fifth here. The way I had it figured out with his 2 drop weeks that he has coming up, I am 1 point behind him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to work those drop points. I don't think he's missed a race, but
I went through it, kind of did all the math and everything with his 2 lowest races that would get dropped out as of now.
I think they already
I'd be
drop
1
them,
point.
though. I think they always keep them dropped.
I hope not, because then I'm
And
stuck in
it's-
fifth.
And 3A is a one race drop.
Oh, it's a 1 race drop.
Yep.
Ooh, I really
3B
got
will
some
be a
work to
2.
do then.
So, but well, good luck. How do you feel? I know you turn the laps here for the salute to our veterans race in the super late model. Is that going to transfer over to here in a little bit for that limited?
Absolutely not. I've been practicing all week at this track with the limited, and it's nothing like the super. I'm not sure what setup we use. I don't know if we use an iRacing or if we have an outside setup for this, but the iRacing one it pushes bad.
Yeah, it's iRacing setup because I can't find anybody that makes them for limited. So, yeah.
It'll be a tricky one until the track slicks off.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys can get it slick. We got the car counts to get it slick pretty quick. So, sponsors, shout outs. Anybody you want to thank for getting you here tonight?
Deadman Motorsports, Violet Motorsports. I mean, big shout out to my buddy Raj right now. He's fighting a battle. We're all standing behind him. My kids, Veterans One Stop. I mean, most of us are vets here, and we hate to see what happens to these vets. I mean, there's no reason for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on another podium, and hopefully we get talked to you in the late models coming up.
Hopefully I'm up there.
All right. That was your second place finisher, the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister. Now we go ahead and bring up your third place finisher, the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Got a copy, Brian?
You got me, buddy.
All right, man. I think you started last in the heat, or pretty close to it. Ended up working your way to a third place finish by the end of the feature. Walk us through your night.
Well, a guy like me usually doesn't do that. I usually start last though, but these cars are fun. Midgets are fun. They used to be horrible to drive, but they are fun. And between last night in the 358s and tonight in this, I'm tickled pink. I mean, I'm having more fun than I ever had, and this league is awesome. What you're doing is awesome, and I just love it.
Yeah, I mean, you're being a board member and part owner now. I'm kind of expecting a vote for us to go to a weekly series and stay here full time, but
Well, Tom, that's what I
fully
used to.
expecting you to put that up in the board chat, but
I ran a league of my own. I ran the modifieds where we ran one track the whole week or every race the whole season. We did like IMCA with a claim rule and stuff like that, and it was let's race this track every week. That's all I can say.
yeah, definitely fits your driving style. That's for sure. Couple good nights. Congratulations on that. Think you'll be able to keep that good luck going in the limited lates?
No, I'll try.
All right. Sponsors, shout outs. Anybody you want to thank for getting you here tonight?
Just my kids, my family, my dad, and stuff like that. My buddy, like I said, I've said this before. My buddy Bernie Miller, he races IMCA Sport Mods up here in Wisconsin. When he introduced me to racing, I was in my 20s and I'd never paid attention to racing. And I said, it's just I can watch cars pass each other on the highway. And he said, "You've never seen a dirt track race before, have you?" And he took me to one, and I've been hooked since. And it's this and hockey. That's pretty much all I do.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I hear a lot of the same stuff, and then once you get them to a track, they're hooked. Almost
Yep.
everybody that I've ever known, once you get them to that track, it's like, whoa, this ain't what I expected. This ain't what I see on TV.
It was the early 2000s, and he raced an IMCA modified, the big mods and stuff like that. And he took me to track, and I'm seeing them guys three-wheeling around there on a half mile. And after 3 years of pitting for him, I'm just like, boy, this guy sucks. This guy sucks. And he says, you go buy your own car and see how easy it is. And I did, and I was the one that sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as easy as those boys make it look. That is for sure. And it goes to the same thing here on the sim. I mean, you get drivers like Austin Medea that make these midgets look like they're a piece of cake to drive. And
There's a lot of good guys in this league. I mean, there's some really good racers, and they put in the time. And like we've talked before, I don't have the time to do it, but to do this and to actually place, I don't care if there's 5 cars out or 20 cars out. To get interviewed and my kids watching on TV and stuff like that, it tickles me pink.
absolutely. And definitely love it when there's more than 3 cars and you actually, quote unquote, earn that spot. And you did earn it tonight because that 019 was giving you some pressure.
I earned it for once. I thought I was going to earn it last night, but Luke got me.
Yeah, you and Luke put on one heck of a show last night too. Yeah, but congratulations on a couple dang good nights of running, and hopefully we get to talk to you more.
Well, hopefully in about half an hour, 45 minutes, I don't embarrass myself.
All right. Yeah, well, I'll keep the fingers crossed, and I won't pull for you and put that commentator's curse on you. So
Yeah, don't do that. But Jay, thanks a lot for everything you do for this league. It's awesome.
absolutely, thanks for coming out and supporting us.
All right, you have a good one, buddy.
You too. All right, that was your 3rd place finisher, Brian Gunderson. And with that, we'll get our sponsors and shout outs. Just a quick one this time around. We want to thank Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop, Diamond Designs, Giddings Mobile Repair, Stevenson Family Performance, School of Sim Racing DNT Designs, and Sneed Game Farms. With that, we're going to take about a 50-minute, 50-minute intermission. And then we will be back for limited late model action. This is Jay Giddings, the voice of Thunder Racing League, and we will be seeing you in a little bit.